guys, welcome back to the Nichols Nook. My name is Jess.
I'm Chaz.
And today we will be sharing with you our other family members. We have Chewy, our rabbit, and Chief, who is laying back here. We'll show him in just a moment. You guys have seen him a lot in our videos. Yeah, this is Chewmeister. Oh, is he scratching? Careful.
Yeah.
He's nervous. Sometimes he just tries to jump out if he doesn't feel secured. So today we're going to kind of share with you a little bit about our pets. We're just going to kind of share their stories of how we got them and how they interact with one another, because I know a lot of you guys have been wondering about that. So we are going to kind of go into that and just kind of the things that they like and all of that good stuff. So I think here's Chief.
There he is.
Here he is. Here, hold Chewy up. Chief, sit. Chief, sit. Okay, good boy. Okay.
Chewy doesn't like being licked in the face.
Chief, do you need a bath? Do you need a bath? Chief does not like baths. So I'm going to go ahead and put them up for now, just so we can kind of talk a little bit with you guys, because if not, we won't get through this video. So we'll be right back. Okay, so Chief is going to stay in here with us. Chaz is putting Chewy up right now, but hopefully Chief can stay calm during this video. He always gets so excited when we pull Chewy out. All right, so we will start off with Chief because we've had him for longer and he is the older of the two. So yeah, basically we'll just kind of talk about his story, how we got him, and just some things that he enjoys, some things about him.
Oh yeah, there's a lot. We got Chief in college when we were, I think in my senior year.
I was in grad school.
You were in grad school. I was still in my senior year, but I remember that because we got him during finals week, and he was still a very young puppy and whining, and I would go up and get up in the middle of the night to take him out to because I couldn't sleep with the whining, so I would eventually just like pet him and fall asleep on the futon. I remember just getting through finals week with like zero sleep. It was kind of like having a baby. Very much so. Yeah.
So we actually got Chief in December of 2012, and we did get him off of Craigslist. So we do consider him a rescue puppy, even though we didn't get him from a shelter, because when we saw his picture, we were like, oh my gosh, like it didn't look like these puppies that were available were coming from the best situation. And so we ended up meeting someone in a parking lot, and all of these puppies were in a bin. And oh my gosh, Chief was the only chocolate one. But apparently his mom was a black lab, and his dad, they wouldn't really tell us, but they did tell us that he was a lab. However, as soon as we saw him, we knew that he wasn't all lab, that he was probably a lab mix.
Because of the white on his chest, and he had
a little white stripe on his nose.
He did when he was a puppy. And then little ears. He didn't have like the standard big old floppy ears like normal labs do.
Right.
But it was in Atlanta that we got him on our way up to an FSU football game for the ACC championship.
We were headed up to North Carolina or South Carolina, wherever.
Charlotte.
So when we got there and we saw him, we were looking at all of the puppies, but we had kind of known we wanted a chocolate lab, and even though he wasn't a purebred lab, he was like covered in fleas and had a huge tick like in the crease of his elbow. I don't know what you call that on a dog. Come to find out, he was only 4 weeks old, we found out later on from the vet, and the person that we had gotten him from said that he was 6 weeks, and he clearly was not. When we saw him, he was just the tiniest little thing, and
he still had his like milking nose because he still had wrinkles on his nose. When he's a puppy, like a fresh puppy.
Yeah, he was way too young to be taken away from his mother, but the guy was just trying to get rid of all of those puppies, and it was either help Chief and save him from that situation before he went into the wrong hands, or just not do anything about it. So we ended up having the guy hold him for that night because we already had plans to stay in a hotel that night, and we had to go to an ATM to get some cash. And so we ended up picking him up on the way home from that football game in Charlotte. on the way home the next day, and we just put him in a little box. Remember that?
Yeah.
He was so little. He was so
It was like a 14 by 14 inch box.
Yeah.
And he was so tiny, only like this big.
Yeah. And his belly was so big because he ended up having worms, we found out.
Yeah.
We took him to the vet as soon as we got home. We took him right in and had him checked and got him meds and all of that. And he did well with all of that pretty quickly. But yeah, oh my gosh, he was just the cutest puppy. His eyes changed from blue to green to kind of a golden light brown or like a hazel very quickly, actually. And my very, very favorite picture of him is when he was 9 weeks old. This is my favorite picture of him. I love it so much. And the one reason, or one way that I actually knew that Chief was the one for us is because I had been holding all of the little puppies, and Chief was the only one. He like licked my chest to tell me, "Take me home, mommy." Yeah. And so I was like, "Oh, I just have to take him." Yeah, so that's how I knew that he was the one, because none of the other ones did that. They were just kind of in their own little world, and he was like licking on my chest. He still loves to give kisses too. And Chief was actually our first dog, our first pet that we had together. I actually didn't have any dogs growing up. We had 2 cats, but we didn't have any dogs. So Chief, oh my gosh, when I first got Chief, I became obsessed. Yeah. I'm still obsessed with him.
Yeah, and I grew up with dogs, so, you know, he was still precious. So, but it was your only dog that you've ever owned. So, yeah, it was a learning experience. I think we learned a lot about, like, raising someone together. And he's an awesome dog. I think we did an amazing job with training Chief. He's really good. He knows a lot of tricks.
He does.
He's so freaking smart. Oh my gosh, he's smart.
So because we didn't know if he was a purebred, we figured that he wasn't. And because we are military and we may potentially live on a military base, we wanted to make sure that he didn't have any of the breeds that are banned for living on a base. And so like things like Rottweiler, Pit Bull, Bulldog, Doberman, German Shepherd. There's a lot of dogs that you actually can't have on military bases. So I wanted to do a DNA test before we got to that point, just to kind of know what we were looking at. And Chief is actually he does not have any Pit Bull in him like a lot of people think, just because when he gets hot or he's panting or if he's on a walk, his ears will kind of go back and it kind of makes him look like a pit.
Yeah,
but he's not.
Got a pink or red nose, like a red nose pit bull.
So he's actually a majority lab boxer mix, and then he does have a tiny, tiny bit of English Springer Spaniel and miniature pincher in him. So those are kind of really random dogs, but
he's a mutt.
Lab and boxer came back as the majority, and then the other ones were just small percentages, but that way we knew that he didn't have any of those banned breeds in him. And he's such a gentle giant, but he's also very playful and still very puppy-like.
So Chief will be 6 this year. His birthday is November 3rd. We didn't really know when he was born. The person who sold him to us really didn't know that information. But based on what the vet said, with him being 4 weeks old, we kind of guessed November 3rd was his birthday. So that's what we've gone with ever since.
Yeah. So he'll be 6 this year.
Yeah.
And he is starting to get a little couple of gray hairs. So.
Yeah. He loves human food as well. Most dogs do.
Yes, he does. Oh my gosh.
His favorite food's cheese and
any kind of meat, of course.
Yeah, I've been pretty guilty of sneaking him some steak if I'm eating it. That's his favorite. But
only we are allowed to do that. Just to kind of tell you a little bit more about Chief. He loves long walks on the beach and...
Oh, gosh.
I'm just kidding. He loves, loves, loves to go on walks. His favorite toy by far is a football. And he knows that word. He knows a lot of words, actually.
I'm surprised he's not up here now.
I know.
But he's got a vocabulary. He like listens to us and he can... I don't know if... He's reading our words or our inflection of our voices when we're saying certain words, but he knows like football, walk, cheese, bath. When we say you want a bath, he gets
bed.
Yeah.
He knows like objects, which is really.
And it's really cute because when you say like, "Do you want to like go on a walk? Do you want to?" and he cues in on that wanna. and he kind of does a sideways head thing.
Yeah.
Every time.
I think I have a picture of that. I'll put it in if I have
Oh, we could do it right now.
Yeah. Do you wanna?
Yeah. Like he's like, okay, tell me.
Yep. So yeah, he's a really good guard dog. I love having a big dog here at home with me, especially now that I'm home during the day. And he's kind of like my second security system. He does bark at people that walk by. Everyone that walks by. So it just makes me feel really good to know that he does look out for us, and he does, you know, want his territory to be his territory and his like safe place for his family, and so that makes me feel really good.
Yeah, he's a good dog.
He is. He does not like getting baths.
No, he
So
doesn't.
we're gonna actually give him a bath and show you guys what he does after a bath. It's the cutest thing ever. Yay! Oh, he's shaking. Wait, no, no.
Come here.
Chief! No!
Come here. He got away.
He did. You're not gonna get him now. It really is easier giving him a bath in the bathtub because he doesn't run. He just stands there the whole time. All right, all done. Oh my goodness. Feel better? Chief.
See, I want to smell like a dog.
Shake. Good boy. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Stay. Stay. Okay. Good boy. Sit. Put him up. Put him up. Stay. Good boy. Okay. Oh.
Oh, what about FSU chop?
Oh yeah. Ready? Oh. Good boy. Up. No. Gentle. Good boy. Stay. Stay. Good talking. Stay. Okay. Good boy. What a good boy.
Good boy.
All right, so on to Chewy. Sweet Chewmeister.
He is our 5-year-old rabbit. He is a Holland Lop? Like a mini Lop?
He's a Holland Lop.
Yeah. Which means he's got, floppy ears?
Yeah, and he's small. He's like a dwarf.
Yeah.
Dwarf size. He's only 3 pounds, I believe.
Yeah.
So I actually got Chewy from one of my friends, I guess almost about 5 years ago. And I got him when he was 3 months old. She had actually gotten him from a pet store. And when she brought him home, I guess her grandmother that lived at home with them was allergic to rabbits.
Yeah.
And so she was like, hey Jess, do you want this rabbit for your classroom as a class pet? I have to get rid of it. And so at first I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. And then after thinking about it some more, I decided to go ahead and get Chewy for my kindergarten classroom. Yeah. So Chewy ended up being my kindergarten classroom pet for my first 3 years of teaching. And I think because he was so young when I took him in there, you know, and he was around kids all the time. He had fingers poking him all the time. We let him run around the classroom. He just grew up with a lot of socialization, and so I feel like that's why he is so gentle. I know, you know, a lot of rabbits, I guess, can be aggressive, and I have never had a problem with Chewy being aggressive ever. And I think a lot of that has to do with him being socialized with people from such a young age. And yeah, so that's how we got him. I ended up taking him in as a classroom pet from one of my friends when he was 3 months old. He was just, the kids, they loved him so much.
I've never owned a rabbit, so I was expecting him to be like a biter and nibble on your fingers and stuff like that. But he really is sweet. He'll come to like the cage and stick his head next to it so you can pet him on the cheek, and he loves to be held. And he makes sounds like when he's excited. He'll like come to you, run around and like oink, like oink, 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 oink. Yeah, it's really funny.
Yeah, it's hard to hear. Like you guys probably wouldn't be able to hear it on camera, but you can hear it in person.
Yeah, and he thumps when he's excited. He'll hit the floor of like anything with his back foot, and it's loud.
It is. He'll do it in the middle of the night.
Yeah, every morning when I go to like get my uniform out of the dryer or something, I think he's gonna wake up Jess because he'll be
boom,
thumping,
boom, boom,
because he's trying to like get my attention. Like, hey, come pet me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he is sweet.
He is very, very sweet and fluffy and fuzzy, and the softest parts of him are like his cheek, like Chaz said, and the back of his neck. And and by the way, if you are wondering, when I did have him as a classroom pet, I did take him to the vet since he was around the kids a lot, and just for safety reasons and hygiene reasons. He did go to the vet, and I made sure that my students did not have allergies. So I actually had a video about this when I took him for a day on my Classroom Diva channel. I took him to my 3rd grade classroom for a day. So if you're interested in that, I'll link it down below, just so you can go and watch that. But yeah, I kind of talked a little bit about that in that video.
Yeah. And Chief and him get along really well. We were pretty hesitant at first. We knew Chief was very gentle with humans, but you can only, there's a lot of natural instincts in dogs, especially
to hunt
rabbits.
Yeah.
I'm really happy Chief hasn't killed him.
Yeah.
That'd be really sad. But he thinks he's just another dog, or he'll follow Chief or Chewy around the house when he's out, and he doesn't try and hurt him at all.
No. He'll like you said, he'll follow him around, but he'll
nose
lick
him.
Yeah, he'll nose him to try to get him to play, or he'll lick him in the ear, but he never has ever tried to go after him or anything. Now Chewy does run away just because he doesn't like Chief nosing him all the time. But sometimes he'll just lay there. It just kind of depends,
Chewy doesn't care.
No, Chewy is the most chill bunny ever. He doesn't care about nothing. He doesn't get scared. He doesn't, no, he's so chill. He's so relaxed,
He's
easygoing.
There's a 70-pound predator next to me, but
I'm just gonna lay there.
I'm just gonna chill.
Yeah. Hop around. Do. Yeah.
Chewy's got your football, Chief. Chewy's got your football.
So he does really love to go up on platforms or in dark, tight spaces. His favorite foods are carrots, spinach, and he loves these little blueberry yogurt treats.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he loves those, which he hasn't had those in a while.
I really wish that we had a bigger area for him. Here, when we were up in South Dakota, we had more bedrooms, so we actually put up a puppy crate.
Like a pen.
A pen, pretty much, and he had, probably a 6 foot by 6 foot area to run around in, and he had a lot of room. So we did something different here because we didn't have that much room. We got him a pretty cool house pen. It's 2 stories. It's
not
pretty
ideal,
cool.
but it's better than what he had when we first got here.
Yeah, and I would love to let him out and to run, but we're also very nervous that he'll get out and dig underneath.
You mean
the fence.
outside?
Outside, yeah, or some large predator will get him.
Yeah, I don't mind letting him out for a second if we're right there with him, but we do let him out to run around in the house. We just close off some of the doors.
He's a house rabbit.
Yeah, he's a house rabbit.
But the reason he got the name Chewy, because he chews on everything. He chews
Not
worse than
bites
Chief.
though. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he did chew through some like wires, didn't he?
Oh, he did. Yeah. So yeah, my kindergarten students, the first year that we had him as classroom pet, actually picked that name for him because when I would have the kids all sit in a circle and he would go around for them to be able to pet him and play with him, and he like nibbles on clothing, so like the end of like a hem, so little kids' jeans or like their shoe or something, and he'd like do that really quick. Sorry for my demonstration. Okay. But that's kind of where he got his name from. Thanks, babe. So yeah, but he did chew. Yeah, we have to watch him with wires because he did chew through. I think it was a phone charger.
Yeah.
Oh, my brother's iPod charger speaker thing. So yeah, thank goodness he didn't get electrocuted. But we have to make sure that all wires are up before we let him out like that.
When we first got him, we had to use a baby gate to kind of block off his area of the house, and the baby netting was plastic, and he'd chew right through that. He would chew like a hole that big around to get through. Yeah. So he is a chewer for sure.
Yeah, he is. But he won't bite people. Like he likes like carpets, rugs. I guess he will like try to pull on the wires of his cage and things like that, like chew on that. But chew on wood. We have to be careful with baseboards. Yeah. He'll chew on wood. Yeah.
But rabbits need that too, though, because don't their teeth continue to grow or something?
I think so. I think that's how they like file down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as far as any other pets, we have considered getting maybe another puppy that we talked about in our Q&A, but probably not for a while. We think that Chief maybe will eventually need a companion, another dog to play with, especially as he gets older, and just to kind of keep him young and exercising.
Yeah. That would actually, I would like your guys' opinion on that too, because he is very happy with all the attention right now, and it's very hard to purposely mess that up because we don't know how he would react. He might be more jealous, or he might not like be as happy with another dog sharing the attention of us, or he'll be really happy. We've lived with another dog before, a female, so we would have to get a female. Just let us know if you have 2 dogs or brought in another dog into your already pet family, and how it worked out, because it's kind of scary because he's so happy right now. It's a big unknown if we should bring in another one. We would like to, but you never know.
You don't want to ruin
something that's great.
Yeah. And also, like, I also feel comfortable, like, he's going to be very excited when we have the baby, but I trust that he will be good with the baby, because we see how he is now, but I'm worried that, what if another dog doesn't do well with like our babies in the future, and I don't know. Yeah. Which you never really know. But
it's kind of the unknown. Yeah. But we do love puppies.
We do. They're so cute.
You're always looking at puppy videos and dog videos and baby videos on YouTube.
Dogs and babies are the two like best things.
You look at her history on YouTube, it's just baby videos.
Yeah.
And dog videos.
So if you guys ever wondered what I watch on YouTube when I'm on YouTube looking at videos, I basically watch dog and baby videos. My favorite. Alright guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed meeting Chief and Chewy today. If you did, please give this video a big thumbs up and click that subscribe button so that you don't miss any future videos. We are so happy to have you on this journey and part of our Nook Fam, and we'll see you guys in our next video. Bye!
Bye!